All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Site Review Tuesday. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Success, and I want to say thanks for joining us on the live stream today. Got a couple of you guys already chatting with us. We got Craigslist, Hache Mendez. Hopefully I said that right. If not, you could totally make fun of me. And Lynn jumping on. Hey Lynn, thanks for coming back and hanging out with us. Always appreciate you joining us today. Those of you guys who know how Site Review Tuesday works, go ahead and throw a number in the chat, 1 through 85. For those of you guys that's your first time hanging out with us on the Site Review, just to give you an idea of how things work, we're going to be reviewing 3 websites live. We're going to be doing 15 minutes per review, and the third site will come from one of you guys hanging out with us in the live chat audience. So if you haven't submitted your site for review, the link to submit your site is in the description below the video, and I also threw it out in the chat. And as always, we're going to be giving points, but not really keeping score. We've got Katy hanging out with us today, so make sure you show some love to Katy there in the chat. All right. She does a great job at helping me out, taking care of you guys, and helping me with these site reviews. I really appreciate her hanging out with us. Again, let's get a number in the chat, 1 through 85, not over 85. Craigslist always throws out some crazy numbers in there. A number 1 through 85, that's going to determine the first site that we review. Let's see, Camper 800 jumping on, says hola. Photography by Ginger says hey from London. Elizabeth Rowe from Chester County, PA, and Ian Oliver with the first number that's in there, number 43. So that's going to be our number for our site. Thanks for throwing that in there. We'll get that pulled up in a second. Just a couple of announcements really quick, you guys. Happy Cinco de Mayo, you guys. So super excited about that. Want to say a big shout out to all my Mexican friends and family out there, and just everybody, the whole Hispanic community. Just a big shout out to you guys. Believe it or not, it's a big common misconception that the Cinco de Mayo is a celebration of the Mexican independence. It's actually not. There's a history link below the video, so if you're not sure what it's all about, make sure you click that link and check it out. It's definitely a celebration of the culture here in the States though as well. All right, you guys, I talked about this a little bit last week and the previous week, and you guys have seen it. Book Me is here. Okay, so Book Me is here. That's the new Zenfolio calendar-based booking. And this Thursday, we're going to have a special guest on the live stream, going to be doing a Book Me setup walkthrough. So you want to make sure that you join us this Thursday for Zenfolio Live for that. And then, as always, keeping up with our challenge while we're all going through this COVID-19, make sure that we're posting positive stuff daily on our social media feeds, giving people something to look at other than case counts and all of that stuff. Make sure that you're sharing out your images and showing off that beautiful work that you guys do, because I know you guys are super, super talented. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get into the site review. So the first number that I saw was Mr. Ian Oliver throwing out number 43. So let me switch screens and we'll go grab site number 43. All right, so let me grab site number 43 here. 1 second. Let's see which site that's going to be. Site 43 is JS Portrait Studio delraybeach.com. So let me get this dragged over and we're going to start that review. And again, guys, if you have not submitted your site for review, the link to do that is in the description below the video. And I also threw it out there in chat, and I'm sure Katy has that link on hand if you guys need it. That third site that we're going to review will be coming from you guys in the live chat. So make sure that you get your site submitted if you have not had a review. Let me get this all sized in here. We're going to get 15 minutes up on the clock and we'll get started here. Okay, so let me throw this over here and let's go ahead and get that 15 minutes up on the clock. All right, here we go. So let me just bring this down so you guys can see that URL. That is jportraitstudio.delraybeach.com. And as you can see, I did a mute on this, you guys. So I did the whole right click and where is it at? Mute the tab, whatever option it is you can do here in Google Chrome, because there was a sound track playing. You guys can't see my mouse. Hold on. There was a soundtrack playing, and it was really loud in my ear, so I had to mute this tab. But we'll go ahead and start here. So just pulling that back down, let's take a look at this menu bar. So right now, already, we know that you are in Delray. And you see this, guys, right here? Look at the information that just popped up right there. That's the kind of stuff you guys see me talk about this title week after week. That's the kind of information that you want in there. Really quick, it just says Delray Beach family and pet photographer. So that is going to be the main listing whenever somebody searches for this or searches. That's going to be that little headline that pops up in search results. So great job actually putting some information in here. Great job on that. Let's go ahead and start here. So it looks like from the get-go you have two different menus going on here on your homepage. And so I kind of want to explain this. There is a header menu, which is up on the top, and typically this is the menu that I will recommend that you use for your entire website, especially on the homepage, because this menu up top can actually be used across all of your website. Okay, this menu over here on the left is just specifically for the homepage. It actually does not show anywhere else on the rest of your site. So not that this is a huge issue at all, it's just that's where those two menus are coming from. So if you wanted to turn one of these off, or maybe on your own site, you guys who are watching on your own site and you see that you're like, why do I have two menus on my homepage? If you go to options, page elements, you can turn the homepage menu on and off, and you can also show and hide the page header. Okay, so just something to think about. I kind of like the way your logo appears on this sidebar menu. I think it might be kind of cool to turn the header menu off just for the homepage, just a personal preference thing. It is a little weird with the two menu items here, but definitely not a deal breaker. Now, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the images that have been sliding across the screen, but there have been some absolutely beautiful images and very poppy, very colorful. I really like the images that you're showing on here. One of the things that I am noticing is that you have a watermark on your homepage image. How do you guys feel about watermarks on the homepage in chat? I definitely understand why we need watermarks on our images, but as a visitor landing on your homepage, is that the first experience you want to provide to them, is these images with these watermarks? And not that this watermark is like really overdone, but you can definitely see that it's there. But again, just absolutely beautiful, beautiful photos. Okay, I like the color that you've got. I really like just the simple, clean layout. You actually have three menus here on your homepage. You also have your footer menu turned on as well. So again, this is not a deal breaker, and it looks like you're actually utilizing your footer menu a little different. So down here, we see some additional links like Facebook and Instagram that we actually don't see up here. So I'm going to throw some bonus points in there because I think you've done a great job at figuring out how to utilize those two different menus to kind of show a little bit of different things on there. But again, I'm kind of left wondering, like, is it necessary to have these multiple menus? Could we get rid of the header menu and just use this homepage menu until we navigate to the rest of the site? So just a question here. Okay, let's go ahead and move into the portfolio. And I love that you have a portfolio drop down set up here. So you guys hear me talk about portfolio navigation over and over again on Site Review Tuesday, where people are just linking directly to their portfolio group, and then the navigation between those portfolios become very clicky, and you have to click back and forth and all of that stuff. So great job getting a drop down menu set up. I'm going to give you a point for that. I think you did a great job here. And let's just take a look at this first portfolio here. So you have your gallery caption turned on. Great information. And again, something I really want to drive home is that already within the first few minutes of spending time on this site, I already know where you're located and the type of photography you do. I got that information without even having to ask those questions. It was in your URL, it was up in the title bar, and then the first menu item that I click, again, it's just kind of putting it out here right here. And also look, it talks about the type of photography. So this is a really great use of your gallery caption here. Now you could put in maybe like some call to actions, like click here to contact us and discuss your upcoming shoot, or click here to contact us to schedule a shoot, or however you want to word it. But you could add some call to actions in this. Oops, my magic mouse is not being so magic-y. You could add some call to actions in that gallery caption to kind of let people act on their impulses. All right, let's scroll down. Let's take a look at these photos. Absolutely beautiful photos. The thumbnails are a little on the smaller side, so you might think about maybe making the thumbnails a little bit larger. And then when I hover over these, all right, this is a portfolio, so this isn't really for a specific client. So when I hover over these, we have a lot of these little like distracting details that pop up, okay? And so if you want this to be really clean to where nothing happens when somebody hovers over it, you want to go into this gallery specifically. You want to remove the favorites option from the thumbnails. Also go ahead and hide the social media icons. And then you can also turn off the sequence item or number right here. Okay, and that's going to remove a lot of these distracting elements off of these thumbnails. And then personally, what I would recommend is if you want people to be able to share this gallery, maybe somebody comes here and they're like, man, I know my sister-in-law is looking for a photographer. This photographer has some beautiful photos. You can turn on the share button up here so that they can click that share button and actually share out the link to that portfolio to their friend if you wanted to do that. That way these little social media icons aren't here and it gets rid of this little black hover bar. Okay, let's keep scrolling down though. So, you know, again, I think you have a good number of photos in here. I think that maybe you could add a few more, but I wouldn't really push it. You've done a great job of selecting these. These are some absolutely beautiful photos. Down at the bottom, I'm not seeing any categories and keywords. So again, if you've taken the time to actually keyword these photos before you uploaded them, or maybe you keyworded them once you got them in Zenfolio, none of that work that you've done is actually helping your site right now at all in regards to SEO because it's not showing down here. So again, you guys, your captions and your keywords and your categories, all of that needs to show because Google and all the search engines really only take into account information that they can see and that visitors can see when they actually view the page. So to turn that on, you're just going to go to Options, Page Elements, and set the categories and keywords to show. It's not going to spread the keywords all over the photo or the page. It's going to tuck them away down here in a nice little box. Also too, you have the tweet and the like button showing. The like has 0 likes. Again, turn it off, maybe call in some friends, or just go ahead and remove it or ask somebody to come in here and like that. All right, let's keep moving. I'm not going to hit all these portfolios. We're going to go do just a couple more and then we'll move on to the rest of the site because it seems like lately I haven't been able to get through a full site. Okay, again, great use of the caption right up here. So great job setting that up. Just scrolling down, again, absolutely beautiful photos. You definitely have a very distinct style. I don't think that there are too many photos in here. If anything, I think maybe you could add a few photos in this, but you have some absolutely gorgeous photos. And this looks like it's set up pretty consistent to the previous portfolio that we looked at. So I'm probably going to have the same feedback in regards to categories and keywords and all of that. Now, one thing that I didn't do was I didn't click on an image to see where this is going when somebody clicks on it. So let's click on a photo here. And this is loading up into the photo page. And if you'll notice, there's nothing wrong with this at all. You have the title, Headshots in Delray Beach. Really great for your SEO. I don't know if you have all of these images titled the same. And if you do, you might think about diversifying this title. So I love where your thinking is. Putting Headshots in Delray Beach as these image titles. Great, great, great start. Let's diversify these titles a little bit. Professional woman headshot in Delray Beach. And I'm just making this stuff up right now as far as what to put in here. Maybe lifestyle headshot or lifestyle something in here. So just kind of diversifying this, maybe saying the same thing, including headshots, but putting in some extra words that make these not exactly the same. That's going to help you on search results as well. All right, let's do one more portfolio and then we'll move on to the rest of your site. All right, we're going to check out your products. Okay, and we are hit right here with a visitor sign in. So I'm not going to take the time to do that. Let's go to another one really quick. Let's see sports and dance. All right, here we go, sports and dance. Again, just absolutely beautiful photos. You have the gallery caption going. Beautiful, beautiful photos. Just a really clean setup. This one has a lot more photos in it. Again, still missing the categories and keywords down here. You definitely want to make sure you get that showing so that this stuff shows up in search results. All right, let's go check out the rest of your site. Let's check out your investment pages. All right, so investment pages, and this looks like it is a custom page that's kind of opening up with a nice little image here, family portraits with over 8 years experience. I will say one thing here. This text is a little small, so I definitely can zoom in with my browser to read it a little bit easier. But just watch the size of your text. Go back and review these. Like, look at them on your phone, look at them on different computers, especially when you're doing custom pages. If you're copying and pasting from other places, sometimes it could carry over different formatting from wherever you're copying it over from. So just make sure that you're checking these. That text is a little small, a little hard to read. I would probably bring it up a little bit. We don't want people coming here and straining their eyes or anything like that. This is a cool page though. Kudos to you for getting a custom page set up. And let's see what this book a session thing is going to. Let's see, my internet's being a little slow. Let me hit the refresh button. Okay, and I'm not sure where this is going, but it looks like this is a custom page with a form integrated into it. So like a custom job form into a custom page. So great job setting that up. I think that's perfectly fine. With this being a custom page, you could integrate that form and have it down here. But again, this custom page is pretty cool. I think that you've done a great job. One of the things I would say is, like I said earlier, you guys, all of us who have taken the time to do those custom pages where we are putting in those job forms and stuff like that, those days are behind us, you guys, because Book Me. Okay, so I would definitely encourage you guys to make sure that you're checking that out. No longer do you have to go and integrate a third-party service like Jotform to include a booking option in your account. All right, let's keep moving on. Let's check out your About page really quick. Guys, we've got like 2 minutes and 40 something seconds left, so we're going to be moving to the next site pretty quickly. So you guys that are watching live, I need you to throw in a number in the chat, 85 to 106. So 85 to 106, throw that in the chat for me, all right? That will determine the next site that we review. And if you haven't submitted your site yet, make sure you get it submitted in that site submission link. All right, let's check this out. So you got a nice About photo here. I would watch the formatting or the alignment of your text here is kind of centered. And down here, it kind of throws this off a little bit. It looks strange. Might play around with the alignment on that. Maybe see if a left works a little bit better over a center, just so we get rid of these kind of weird spaces right here. But, but you would definitely want to come in here and kind of play around with this. All right, let's see. Lots of good information in here, taking photographs of my passion, the images that I provide you. So really, really great information in here. It looks like you sat down and really spent some time writing this. So it definitely comes across, gives me a really nice sense of your personality and what it's like to work with you. Again, I always advocate for videos just so I can, click play, hear you talk about why you're passionate about what you do, because I want to know if we're going to connect as client and photographer, make sure that we have that good relationship so that it comes out in our images, make sure that we're people that can get along with. But yes, as Katie's saying in the chat there, Janie does look super, super kind and super happy. All right, let's check out your blog really quick. We got like a minute left. Let's go check out your blog. All right, so really cool. You have this blog kind of scroll bar set up here, and I love, love, love these pet photos. They are amazing. They're just really, really poppy. The colors are just beautiful, beautiful. So I'm gonna say great job on that. Let's see. Your last blog post was April 19th, 2020. So not too long ago. Great job there. Let's see when the last one was. March 25th. And March 23rd. So nice. It looks like you are blogging consistently. Bonus points for that. It's very rare that we come to a blog and we see it so consistent. So I think you've done a really cool job here. Let's click on a title really quick just to see. All right, let's see what this blog post looked like. Really cool. So I love that you have a mixture of photos and text, right? You haven't just thrown a bunch of photos in here with some text, and then you haven't just thrown a bunch of text in here with photos. It's actually a mix. So I'm going to say great job on the blog post. Overall, Janie, I think you have a beautiful site. Just those few things that I mentioned, the categories and keywords on your portfolios, and then on that homepage, making sure that you actually want all three of those menus showing. But overall, really, really cool site. Thank you for submitting that. Really cool site. Beautiful, beautiful photos. All right, you guys, looks like Mr. In is on top of it today. Man, he's smoking you guys in the chat there. In said 105. So I said, give me a number between 85 and 106. So that's just under the 106. So let's go see which website is 105 and we'll get that pulled over. And then, like I said, you guys, if you have not submitted your site to be reviewed yet, make sure that you get it submitted, because the next site after this one that we review is going to be coming from one of you guys there in the chat. So let me see. Site 105 is going to be, looks like it's Jessie Starkey Photography.com. So let me get that pulled over here. Get it resized so you guys can see it. There we go. All right, I'm going to pull this down and we'll go ahead and get 15 minutes up on the clock and get this review going. And then, like I said, guys, again, the next site after this is going to be coming from you guys. So make sure you get it in the link in the chat there. All right, let me pull this down so you guys can see this. This is the URL. Let's hover over this. Let's see if there's any info in there. So starting up here at the top, you could definitely add some more information to your website title. That's going to help with your search results. Also, too, it looks like you're using your header menu here on the home page, but it looks like we do not have a custom logo. So it looks like you're using these colors here. You might think about, creating a custom logo, making sure that you're starting to establish that branding consistency. Now, one of the things that I want to point out to you guys really quickly on this that just caught my eye, do you see how the contact link is enclosed in the, I don't know what they're officially called. If you guys know what these brackets are officially called, tell me in the chat and tease me that I didn't know. But it's enclosed in these brackets right here. And I've seen other photographers use these brackets in their titles. Guys, you want to be really careful using these kinds of brackets in Zenfolio or in any kind of website or anything like that. Anywhere where you're typing text, these brackets are actually part of a scripting language and can cause some weird issues from time to time. So if you're using these curly Q brackets for anything, make sure that you go in, you remove those from your titles. They can cause some weird issues sometimes that you want to be aware of. All right. Okay, so let's talk about your home page here. So I am not sure if this is set up to service clients or if this is kind of I'm not sure exactly what the goal is on the homepage. I think your homepage is really beautiful. It's got some really cool images, but it looks like you might be showing some stuff here that may not necessarily be the best place for it to be the homepage. It looks like you've got some icons in here. And so I kind of have a feeling like maybe the gallery that you selected for this grid, maybe you've added some things in here that you specifically didn't mean for it to show up on the homepage. So you might think about this and how this is showing here. And this custom logo here, you definitely, if that's your logo, you definitely want to get it kind of up in your header as well. Okay, so let's go take a look at this. Let's just click on some of these really quick and see what this is doing here. Okay, so it's just opening it up in dim the lights mode. So again, you might want to think about this layout. You might want to remove these, maybe get this up in your header. If this is like an award that you won, you can do a custom header and have an image, or you can show it at the bottom. There's lots of options that you have here. But let's go check out your client galleries first. All right, you guys, and it's a little strange leading off with client galleries. So a couple of things about client galleries. Personally, for me, I never put my client galleries public facing. However, as long as your clients are okay with people seeing their photos, you can have them showing from here. And if they're okay with that, I would go in and keyword those photos, because these are going to create pages that people can find you in search results. So just to clarify, usually I do not show my client galleries on my site. And especially if you shoot anything like kids, if you photograph things like kids, or maybe you do boudoir photography or anything, maybe you shoot, celebrities or something like that, and they're a little particular about their photos showing up on Google search results. You definitely don't want those being accessed by the site menu. But if your clients are okay with their galleries being visible, then you can go in and you can keyword the photos, and you can do a lot to these to make sure that these are actually drawing traffic to your site. But again, I would probably start my site menu off with portfolios, because I recommend that your homepage design be for acquisition of new clients. your clients that you already have them as clients. I would service them in a different way, or maybe at least move this down the line a little bit. That way, when visitors get here, they're not looking for where they need to go. They go exactly to where you're kind of pointing them to on your site menu. So thinking about the way that you set your site menu up, so that it's taking visitors to the places that you want those visitors to go, and your clients, you're servicing them in a different way because they're already your clients. So I'm not going to click around in any of these client galleries just because I'm not sure that we should be clicking in these. So we're going to move on to your engagements and weddings. But one thing I do want to say is that right now, I have no idea where you're located. So I've spent a few minutes on your site already, and I haven't seen anything that's really tipped me off to where you're located or anything like that. But let's check out your engagements. All right. And again, this is kind of set up where it almost looks like client galleries, and I'm not quite sure if this is client galleries or not. So I want to be a little cautious clicking around in here. And in fact, this has a price list on it. So I'm not sure if this is something that I need to be in viewing. And again, if I'm feeling that way, think about how your visitors are going to feel. Think about if they're just looking to see examples of your work, okay, where are they supposed to go? Because right now I'm seeing client galleries, so maybe that's not where I need to go. I'm seeing engagements and weddings. I clicked on that because it kind of sounded like it might be a portfolio, but then it looked more like client galleries. So just something to think about. Think about how your visitors would be feeling about this experience right now. As where am I supposed to go to see your examples of your work? Is this where I'm supposed to go? Because it looks like a client gallery and I'm not sure. Okay, so we're going to move on to your pricing and FAQs. So it looks like you got a lot of pages in here. Okay, this is pretty cool. So what you guys didn't see, let me bring it down here, is this linked to a PDF. So you can upload PDF documents into your Zenfolio account, then you can link to them. A couple of things here that I would think about. One, this opened up in the exact same tab that I was in, so I lost all of your Zenfolio navigation. Now, obviously, most of us know we can simply hit the back button, but there are people who get a little mystified by finding the back button and getting back to where they were before. So anytime anything opens up and you lose that Zenfolio navigation, I would recommend having that open up in a new tab. Now, the other thing that I will talk about in here is that this is a really cool PDF document, but this could totally be made into a custom page, where you have this text in a custom page, you have these images. And why do I say make this into a custom page? SEO purposes, right? All of this text information is going to help your website be found and help drive traffic to your site. All right, so think about that. Think about these things that you have as PDF documents. They're great, but you could make them as custom pages where they could be indexed by the search engine and then help your ranking results. So let's go back and let's keep going down that FAQ page here really quick. My turquoise truck, Alma. So let's check this out. All right, looks like we have your logo right here. Let's keep going down here. All right, so this is really cool. This is just a custom page. It looks like it's talking about your truck. Below you'll see a couple of the mini sessions been photographed in this power wagon. Okay, so this is a pretty cool page. Not 100% sure what the goal is. I think it's a really, really cool truck, but not sure what the goal is of this. Are you trying to book specific sessions around this truck? I mean, if that's the idea, I think it's cool if you're showing it as this is a prop that you have available. Definitely that's really cool. Maybe dropping some kind of session names in here, like, you know, many seniors love to use this as a prop in their senior photo sessions or something like that. So just thinking about the way that you have this text written here, what you have in that wording, making sure that this page, although it's a beautiful truck, I love seeing these images, make sure that this page is built with a purpose. If people land on this page, what do we want them to do? We're always thinking about when people get here, what do we want them to do? So if you're trying to get people to this because, you know, there might be people interested in this style of photography that has the truck in the background, hey, click here to find out about booking a session, booking a I don't know what you would call it, a senior session using my truck, or a family session, or click here to find out about renting my truck for your wedding, or something like that. Exactly, as Craigslist is saying there in the chat, add a call to action on this page. So have this page have a purpose. All right, let's keep going down. Let's see, weddings. All right, and let's see what this page is opening up to. And again, my internet is just being a little bit slow, but here we go right here, wedding investments. All right, here we go. And guys, if the stream is going in and out, I am experiencing some internet issues, it looks like. So hopefully it was just a glitch and things will keep going on. So let me know. Let's see here. So this is a custom page. So a couple of things that you might want to check out here. It looks like there are some images, and let me refresh this. Looks like, okay, here we go. Now some images are popping up. It looks like there might be a few images in here that maybe the access is set up where they're private or something like that. But this is a really cool page. You got a lot of information on it. Let's see. I don't see any call to actions though. So again, when you're creating these custom pages, like here where it talks about the wedding package and all of that stuff, this is a great place to drop a little link in here that just says, hey, click here to reach out to me. Click here, let's discuss your upcoming wedding. Click here to book a consultation with me. Click here to see my available dates. Like lots of different things that you can do since you're taking the time to make this custom page. And it's a pretty cool page. Drop some call to actions in it. Every time you create a page, think about what is the end result that I want to produce from this page, and then make sure that you make it as easy as possible for that page to produce that end result. With this being wedding investments, obviously the end result is encouraging at least a booking or a contact. And so making it as easy as possible as I go down through this page. Okay, I love her photos. I love her pricing. I want to just click this link and contact her right now and schedule something, instead of me having to go back up, look around, and find the contact. All right. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's take a look at maternity really quick. Okay, so another custom page here. Session, delivery. All right, so this is a really cool page. I'm going to give you bonus points for tackling on custom pages. They can be challenging sometimes, especially if you are new to doing things like that. And I think you've got some really cool pages built. Let's go check out one more, and then I want to kind of check out your freelance. Again, my biggest feedback right now is that if I'm a visitor, I am totally clueless where I'm supposed to go to see examples of your work. Okay, so I'm just going to suggest a flow for you, a portfolio drop down with navigation to your different portfolios of the different photography that you do. In those portfolios, have a gallery caption turned on where you tell a little bit about those sessions, maybe just a little bit, and then in the gallery caption have a click here for more info option that then would take them to this pricing and FAQ section for the type of photography that they were looking at. And then in these custom pages, have built-in call to actions. Click here to contact me about your kid's upcoming birthday. Again, it's really easy to come up here, but when you tell people what to do, when you say the words, click here to contact me, there's something about the power of suggestion. Actually saying those words and putting that in your pages is going to help you. Okay, let's go check out your freelance here. All right, we got like 2 minutes left, you guys. So if you haven't submitted your site for review yet, make sure that you click on that link and you get your site set up and submitted for review. So it looks like we're just kind of looking at maybe your personal projects, some freelance photography that you've done, some really cool photos I'm seeing here. One of the things that I would suggest doing is, even though this is a group page, I would suggest coming in here, changing out this grid layout. Right now you're using the square grid, and it keeps things nice and centered and squeaky clean for those of us who kind of like the symmetry and all of that. But if you notice, it's probably cropping your images off. Like probably the front side of that tractor probably actually exists in the image. And so if you switch the grid layout out around to maybe like grid A or grid B, that's going to allow you to show your images in the full, their correct aspect ratio in the full image without it actually being cropped off. Okay, but let's go in here and check out one of these really quick because I am curious to see some of these photos. These are absolutely just beautiful photos. Really cool. Again, if you are you selling these photos? So you have photos online. These are your freelance work. I don't know if maybe you can't sell these photos. Maybe they're licensed for specific uses and you've agreed not to sell them. But here is my question. Why are you going to put this artwork up online that's beautiful and it doesn't cost you anything extra to just apply a price list to this and make it available for sale, right? It takes all of 2 minutes to apply a price list to this, and you could potentially be making some money off of this. Now, you're going to want to make sure you add gallery captions, keywords, and all of that to get traffic to come to this. But if you're going to have the photos online anyway, you already have the e-commerce tool available in your account. My question is, why not go ahead and utilize it and take advantage of all the tools that you have available? All right, Jessie, you have some really, really beautiful photos. My biggest thing with the website, I think the biggest thing that could be improved is, again, the navigation, making a really clear path for visitors to follow so that they know where they're supposed to be going to look at the examples of your work that you want them to see. And then from there, just creating a path with an end result of them reaching out to contact you and hire you as a photographer. Absolutely beautiful photos, though. Thank you for submitting your site. Hopefully you guys and Jessie found that helpful. All right, let me close this out. And like I said, you guys, next we're going to be doing a review for one of your guys' sites. So you have a few seconds left to get that site submitted. I'm going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Hello, Zen friends. Katy here from Zenfolio's customer support team. Thank you for joining us for Site Review Tuesday. If you are here for our live broadcast, you may already see me right over here in YouTube chat, ready to help with any questions you may have. For those of you watching the recorded version of our broadcast, you can submit any questions that you might have in the link below in the video description. You can also submit your own site for our review in the links below. Also, if you love us as much as we love you, please be sure to click the like button on this video and subscribe to our channel for lots of great info on managing your Zenfolio account and customizing your site. We're so grateful to have these pre-submitted user sites. Now let's take one of your live submissions. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for watching.
All right, thanks, Katy. All right, we're going to be doing a review of one of your guys' sites, so I'm going to go see which one was randomly selected. It looks like is it Eno? I am probably saying it wrong. N-O photography. So let me pull that over and grab this really quick and bring this over. Is that N's website? That must be N's website. All right. So we're going to bring this over and we're going to review this site right here. We'll get 15 minutes up on the clock. Guys, that's only going to leave me about 5 minutes afterwards. So I'll try to get to any questions that you guys might have. You guys know I can go through questions quite quickly, but if we run out of time, I do apologize if I'm not able to get to your questions, but we will continue on when we get to Zenfolio Live. Let me get my questions doc pulled up really quick. No, where is it at? There it is. All right, Ian Oliver, N-O. Okay, now it makes sense. Duh. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a review here. Here we go. We're going to start that 15-minute timer. And we'll get started. Okay, so this is no.zenfolio.com. Let me, whoops, wrong way. Let me pull this down so you guys can see this. It's N-O, or N Oliver, I guess is what it does stand for, right? Zenfolio.com, and up here at the top. So if I hover over this, let's see what information you have in here. So N-O photography, wildlife, travel, nature, and landscape photography. So great job putting information in that title bar. Great job there. Let's go ahead and get this pulled back up. Let's take a look here. So one of the things I will point out right away is it looks like your slideshow is not set to loop. So whenever we hit the end of all of the images that you had on here, it just kind of set there at that last image. So you can go in here and set the slideshow to loop so that it just continuously repeats. That way, if somebody's pulling up your site and maybe they're having a sidebar conversation, they come back and they're not just setting on this single static image, and it keeps that slideshow looping through. But let's take a look at some of these photos that you've chosen here. Some really cool ones. It looks like this is all going to be travel photography. So as you can see here, some of the images kind of on the side are getting hidden a little bit with this sidebar. Not that that's a complete deal breaker, but you might want to think about that when you're selecting images for your homepage. Okay, making sure that, oh, okay, this one has that over on the side. Maybe I need to do a horizontal swap on this image before I put it in the homepage gallery. Or maybe I need to use my header menu so that it doesn't hover above the image. It pushes the image down and kind of sets up top. So just something to think about whenever you're selecting these images for your homepage. You definitely want to be strategic with how you're selecting them and making sure that they all are going to fit and work really well. But really beautiful images. Just absolutely gorgeous. Some really cool stuff here, making me want to leave the house for sure. Oh, wow, look at that. All right, let's check out your wildlife and places. So let's go visit Greenland. Okay, so let's see. We've got Greenland. Again, in here, in your group pages where you have kind of these separate galleries, your groups can have group captions. So you want to make sure that you knock out some group captions. Again, because it's all going to be about providing search engines with information so that they can index your site and they can suggest it. I'm trying to think of the right word. Suggest it accordingly. And so right now on this page, there's not a lot of information other than the titles down here to really give them anything to go off of. So you can go into your groups, and while we have the time, I'll just show you guys. You can go into your group. So like, let's say that this is your Greenland group right here. You can go to details and you can write a caption right here, and that will show up on your group pages as long as you have the caption turned on. And so, you know, just writing some information about Greenland. These are some photographs from my travel to Greenland. I've been here, I went here, I did some underwater photos, some beautiful landscapes, blah, 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 blah. Think about things that people are going to be searching for that you want them to be led to your site, and kind of write that stuff in the caption. But let's go ahead and click on one of these galleries and just take a look. Okay, here we go. Man, look at that. Wow. And it looks like you do have your categories and keywords on. So you're using a sidebar layout. This is perfectly fine to use if you kind of like this setup where it has the information up top over here on the side. This is perfectly fine. The only thing that I ever have a hang up with about this kind of layout is that as we get past this text information down here, as we get past this, it kind of creates this odd little spacing off on the side. And that just always has kind of thrown me off. So you can definitely change this layout to be like a centered layout where it will take your caption, which you've done a great job with the gallery caption here, take your caption and it'll place it up here, and it'll take these keywords and put those all in that same little box down here, way down at the very bottom. So kind of down here at the bottom. Now, as you guys can see, I had to scroll quite a ways down. There are a lot of images in here. So I think it's fine. You might think about breaking it up into different categories, maybe landscape, seascape, sunsets, different things like that. But I think it's perfectly fine. And you have some absolutely just gorgeous, gorgeous images in here. Let's click on a few just to see what they're opening up to. All right, so this is set up to open up to the quick shop, and you also have the visit shop option up here. This is a great setup. Again, just some absolutely beautiful images. Bonus points for the nice setup and the beautiful images, just gorgeous. Let's go through here really quick and take a look. And I love, so guys, pay attention. He has his website address in his watermark, okay? Because people are going to screenshot your images, especially if you do like senior photography or things like that. People are going to screenshot your photos. There's not a lot you can do. And they're going to screenshot them. They don't care that they have watermarks in them, and they're probably going to share it out on Facebook. So if you include your website address like Ian's doing here, at least you're getting some advertisement out of the deal. Okay, so think about that when you're building your watermarks. Think about including your web address, your contact information. Hey, maybe somebody might see it. Maybe another photographer might see it. And they might be like, hey, I just want to let you know I was looking on so-and-so's Facebook and I saw one of your images up there with your watermark. And, I just wanted to let you know. So think about that. As Craigslist is pointing out, if I go back really quick, look at the price list over here, okay? So 8 by 12, 12 by 18. So look at the price list and then watch what happens when I go to the next photo, all right? Next photo is a 10 by 20 and a 12 by 24. That's because Ian's done his homework and he has realized how to utilize different price lists to accommodate different aspect ratios. This way, this photo cannot be purchased as an 8 by 12 print because this photo is not in 3:2 aspect ratio. If a client tried to purchase this photo as an 8 by 12, they would get a horribly cropped image, right? Because the aspect ratio is different. And so Ian has set up a price list for his aspect ratio. So great job doing that. Again, just showing you switching back and forth. All right, and the secret to that, you guys, is to use the same lab. That way the orders ship from the same lab, even if they're on separate price lists, you can have different options like you're seeing here. So it's really, really powerful to do, to use those different price lists. So great setup. Again, right here, clicking on this, 8 by 12, 12 by 18, 8 by 12, 4 by 6, building a price list based on aspect ratio. Guys, if you've never looked into that before, do a search on our YouTube channel for building a price list based on aspect ratio. It'll actually take you through this process. All right, let's go back and let's check out a couple of more galleries really quick. So you've got the drop-down menu set up right up here. Let's hover over that. Let's go to Antarctica and check that out really quick. And again, it looks like I'm going to have kind of the same feedback. It looks like the setup is kind of the same. Not that there's anything wrong with this sidebar at all. Just again, once we get past the text information, that little spacing off to the right just always seems kind of weird and out of place to me. But not that there's anything wrong with that at all. Okay, so let's go down here. Let's just take a look. Some absolutely beautiful, beautiful photos. As Katy's saying, definitely deserves some extra bonus points for that, for sure, for the multiple price list. But just gorgeous photos, you guys. Yeah, just absolutely beautiful photos. Let's go take a look at another one. Let's go to Louisiana. All right, so here we are in Louisiana. Looks like we're missing some categories and keywords for this gallery. And just to let you know, these categories and keywords are not from the images. Those categories and keywords are actually applied to the gallery. If you keyword the photos, they will show up on the photos page, which is what we're looking at here. It also looks like we might be missing a price list on this one, so I don't know if this gallery is a little different. Maybe it has some different purposes, but just a little bit different setup here. Just really cool photos, though. Look at this. Any Louisiana natives hanging out with us today? I know Katy should be familiar with some of these photos here. Some gorgeous, gorgeous photos. Very, very cool. Let's go check out. Let's see what else we can check out on your site here. Let's go to Scotland. Let's check out your Scotland photos. All right. Let's check out these. I love sunrise and sunset photos. These are really cool. Again, so another thing I'm noticing here, Ian, is that no price list on this one. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but no price list on there, and very minimal information on this one. But again, just some really cool photos. Let's keep going here. Let's just see. I'm sorry, I'm just like looking into the photos, just looking at the photos. These are just really cool. Oh, Ginger's from Scotland, so we have a Scotland native in the house. Cool. All right, let's see. Let's go to Patagonia. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so you've got some really beautiful photos, really cool setup. I've seen that some of this stuff has keyworded. So let's see if this search function is going to do us any favors. Okay, so you have the search bar shown on your site. And I know some of the stuff is keyworded, and there's a couple of things here or there's at least one thing here I want to point out. You see this little thing right here? Okay, right here, that little caret menu is what it's called. And if I click on that, it's pretty hidden. A lot of people are not going to find it, but pay attention to the options that we're seeing here. I can search your site, or I can browse Zenfolio, and that will browse like photos from other photographers who have said those images can be searchable. This option can be turned off. I don't remember exactly where it is. It's going to be somewhere in site settings. So if you go to customize website and you go to site settings, in that section somewhere, there'll be the option to only search your photos. I believe that's where it's at. Katy or somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. But let's go do a search really quick. Let's see. I'm going to type in birds. Let's see if we can find anything for birds. All right. And so again, this is the search page, and there's a couple of things in here that you can pay attention to because you can customize this page. So right now it looks like you do have a collection or a gallery that has the keyword birds into it. So it's showing up right here. But you can actually turn some of these off. So if you want somebody to do a search for birds, and rather than seeing galleries that contain that keyword, you just want them to see the photos, you can actually go in and customize this search page. There is a live stream that I did a session on this, where I talked about how to do that. So if you'll go search for that, I think it's called customizing or optimizing the built-in search page. You can actually change some things in here, and you can have this land on the photos page like this, where it shows the photos that contain that keyword. You can get rid of the pagination or pagination, however you say it, and everything will appear here as one solid page where they can scroll if they want, or you can leave it to where they can view by page like this. You can change this grid. You can make these sizes a little bit larger. So there's a lot of things that you can do to this built-in search page to kind of optimize it a little bit more. And it's worth spending some time getting it to work the way that you want, especially if you're going to be showing it on your site right up here. So again, a couple of things. I would go in and turn that option off to browse Zenfolio. I'm not exactly sure where that setting is at 100%, but it should be in your site settings somewhere. And then the other thing that I would do is probably come in here and spend a little bit of time customizing this built-in search page so that when people do that search, they're not seeing things like collections if you're not doing collections. And a lot of times people don't even click on these up here. They just see this and they're like, oh, okay, that's all it's there. And so you might think about maybe just having it set to show photos, because you're showing the search up here. People are going to be landing on this. You want to make sure that this works in your favor as best as possible. And then the other thing is just thinking about those layouts, where you have that keywords and those captions. I'm so glad that you have that in there. Bonus points for that, having the caption and stuff. But thinking about how these are positioned on the page, you could have this positioned up here, and then you could have the keywords down at the bottom, so that when we scroll past that information, we don't have this kind of odd side pushing section here that's just kind of weird. But that's just kind of a personal thing. And man, you got some beautiful photos. I am definitely ready for these stay-at-home orders to kind of go away and be able to get back out and venture out, do some traveling, go see some places, drive down to Florida and visit family, go to the beach. Who is missing going to the beach? I am. I'm putting my hand up on that. But Ian, thank you so much for submitting your site. Absolutely beautiful photos. I love that you've utilized those separate price lists and have been building it based on your aspect ratio so that the clients are ordering the best print products for those photos and not accidentally ordering something that is not going to work really well for the photo, getting a cropped photo or something like that. So really, really great setup. All right, let me close this out. You guys, we've got like 6 minutes left. Let's see what you guys are talking about in chat. Deborah says hi. She just joined. Thanks for hanging out with us, Deborah. Let's see who else we have in here that I haven't shouted out yet. Janelle Kemper, KWP01. Let's see who else have we got in here. And if I say your name twice or I don't say your name at all, don't take it personal. I'm scrolling up through all the chats that you guys have been talking in there, so it's hard to read sometimes. Let's see. Who else do we have in here? Jennifer Quinn says, me daydreaming of the beach, right? What's your guys' favorite beach? Really quick, my favorite beach, at least in here in the United States, I don't think I've ever been to any beaches outside of the U.S. Favorite beach in the U.S. is Siesta Key down in Florida. That's just because that's the one that I'm the most familiar of when we go down there. Outer Banks has some really nice beaches up in North Carolina, but if I had to pick a favorite beach, my favorite beach is going to be Siesta Key down in Florida, which is going to be like one of the first places that I want to go to once the whole travel thing and all of that is gone and we can actually go and go do stuff. But what is your guys' favorite beaches? Throw it in the chat. Let me see. Maybe I'll go to a different beach when the travel order is lifted. All right, let's see. Photography by Ginger says, would love to know more about best to use keyword guesses. Not a lot of him left today. Hey, so I think what you're asking, Ginger, is you're asking about how to set up SEO and keywords and things like that here on Zenfolio. And there is a really good tutorial that will cover that. If I can get Katy, if she can find it, there is a live stream where it talks about optimizing your portfolios for search. I really deep dive into optimizing galleries for search in that. I talk about keywords, how to put them in there, how to diversify your keywords. I think that's even the one where I go into Google Trends and I show you how to compare different keywords and all of that stuff. So that is a live stream recording that you want to go check out. And hey, if this is your first time hanging out with us, you guys, all of our live streams, you can go back and watch the archived versions of them. There's a link in the description below the video that should say like Zenfolio Live, Archive, Site Review Tuesday Archive. You can actually click in there, go back and watch all of the previous live streams that we've done. I know you can go back and watch episode 1 of Zenfolio Live, like from 2016, where I was talking to myself and really nervous. So if you want a quick laugh, that's a good one to check out. But yeah, so if you guys have submitted your site for review and you're not sure if it's been submitted, you can go back and look through the archives and you can watch previous site reviews. All of that information is down there. Let's see. So I'm going to read off some of these beaches that you guys are talking about here. Let's see. I saw a Key West beach. Craigslist is throwing out some names that I can't even pronounce. I know he chills out a lot on Hawaii, so he's probably got some of the killer beaches that he knows about. Canopy, I can't even say it. Zuma, north of Malibu, California. Makaha Beach. Are you writing these just to make me say funny stuff? I think that's the goal. Jennifer says, Destin, Florida. Destin is beautiful. You know, I love the water down there. The color of the water in Destin is just absolutely beautiful. We did a trade show down there, and I got to hang out down in Destin for a little bit a couple of years back. It was really, really cool. A lot of fun. The resort that we were at was really cool, too. Let's see. Ginger says, Key West for me. I haven't been to Key West yet. I need to go check it out. Glass Beach. Now, that's something I've heard of, Craigslist. Is it true it's covered in, like, glass? Like sea glass, is that true or is that just a rumor? I definitely want to check that out. Mosh Up Beach in Martha's Vineyard. That sounds like a cool one. I need to go check these out. Let's see, what else do we have here? Rhode Island beaches. Deborah, I've never been to Rhode Island beaches. Now I'm going to have to just travel up and down the East Coast and check them out. Lynn says Myrtle Beach, Clearwater Beach are my favorites. I'm a golfer, so I hit the beach with the fam and golf with them in the morning. Absolutely. I'm not a golfer, but anytime you can pack in two things that you love at once, go to the beach and be golfing, that sounds like a win for sure there. And Myrtle Beach is pretty nice. It gets a little overcrowded from time to time during touristy season, but it's still a really nice beach. I haven't been to Clearwater, but my wife's from that area, and she talks a lot about Clearwater Beach, and she loves it. Craigslist says Cocoa Beach if you want to see skin for miles and miles. All right, Craigslist. Okay, you guys. Well, hey, I want to say thank you to everybody who is hanging out with us today. I really appreciate all of you guys who join us live on the site reviews as well as Zenfolio Live. Hey, you guys, don't forget, coming up this Thursday, we're going to be doing a Book Me walkthrough. And again, if you guys have not checked out Book Me yet, it's right here in your account. You should see it on, it should be like right over there. You can see my mouse moving around right there. Check out the Book Me button. Click on that, learn that feature, check it out, because when all of this mess passes us, you guys, and people are able to get out again, I have a feeling that we are just going to be slammed, and having these things set up ready for that is going to put you on top of the game. So make sure that you're checking out Book Me. And also, if you haven't done it yet, why haven't you done it yet? Go to Photo Booker and create a Photo Booker profile. It's absolutely free. It does not cost you anything, and it's going to help you get business. It's another way to get your business name out there to let people book you. So go to Photo Booker. It's absolutely free. Go set up that Photo Booker profile. All right. And again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Ginger, thanks for hanging out with us. It's our first time. We do these live streams every week, you guys, every Tuesday at the same time, and then every Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, we go live as well. If you are wanting to sign up for a site review, you can submit your site in the link below this video. There's a form that you can submit it through, and you can drop it in there. But hey, Deborah, Lynn, Mark, Ginger, Jennifer, let's see, all of you guys who hung out with me today, thank you guys so much. I hope that you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys again on Thursday.